Now, here's a fundamental question. Is there apostasy in the church, or is the church in apostasy? There's a big difference between those two things. Obviously, there's apostasy in the church. The wheat and tares are going to grow together till the harvest. But if you say the church is in apostasy, then you are akin to saying that the church is Babylon and you invite people to leave it.
All right, so that's exactly correct. If the SDA Church is in apostasy, then they would be a part of Babylon according to their prophetess's alleged inspired definition of what Babylon is. Without getting into the nitty-gritty about how the SDA Church is absolutely an apostate organization that preaches a false gospel, a false God, all filtered through the worldview given to them by a false prophet, very clearly by church, Mark means the SDA organization. The wheat and the tares are supposed to be representative of their movement since the rest of us are Babylon and outside of the fold. But like I said earlier, despite the SDA Church so obviously fitting the bill for their own definition of Babylon, Mark recognized that if this is true, then you open the door to invite people to leave Adventism. This is also exactly correct, because this is supposed to be one of the selling points for being a Seventh-day Adventist. Quote, "Of Babylon at this time it is declared, her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities." Revelation 18:5. "She has filled up the measure of her guilt, and destruction is about to fall upon her. But God still has a people in Babylon, and before the visitation of his judgments, these faithful ones must be called out, that they partake not of her sins and receive not of her plagues." Hence the movement symbolized by the angel coming down from heaven, lightening the earth with his glory and crying mightily with a strong voice, announcing the sins of Babylon. In connection with his message, the call is heard, "Come out of her, my people." As these warnings join the third angel's message, it swells to a loud cry. Close quote. This is to say Protestants are allegedly partaking in the sins of the wicked world, and the SDA movement feels it is their duty to call people out of that and join them before it's too late. Which is precisely what's found on the SDA Church's website as their mission, to proclaim the three angels' messages, of which the call to come out of Babylon is a part. So if part of their organizational mission and unique identity is to call people out of what's supposed to be Babylon, then it means that they can't in any way fit the bill for such, or that mission becomes null and void, which is ultimately what Mark Finley is getting at and why this critical area deserves a particular significant focus when analyzing the validity of this movement.